They didn't tell the name of the elephants, but we had to go get a spiritual channel. They said it was very ancient deities. Triarcha and Puti. Here's one with four elephants. But if you can really see it, is this deity right here, and she got these elephants beside her. And those are they're wealth and prosperity elephants and lustful elephants and stuff like that. But you also want to get the Ganesha and stuff like this. This is a bad picture. I just don't have time to show you the other ones and all. If you can get this book, you can go on the internet. If you can get it, it's kind of hard to get because it comes from India, but you can get it. This is one called Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and fortune. The goddess of wealth and fortune. And so she been doing it up, but this is the one you can get on the internet. This one here just breaks it all down. Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and fortune by Debutt, D-E-V, it's D-E-V-D-U-T-T, and his last name is Pattanik, P-A-T-T-A-N-A-I-K, P-A-T-T-A-N-A-I-K. Debutt Pattanik, Lakshmi, that's L-A-K-S-H-M-I, the goddess of wealth and fortune. That's the one that showed up. Now you got to take it up with the deities. Now I'll explain why Heru didn't show up, because it's energy frequencies. But she's the one that showed up on this Venus thing. Because now what we're dealing with, we're not dealing with concept. We're actually getting these motherfuckers coming up on the doorstep. Pulling up on the doorstep. Deities and entities. You see what I'm saying? It's alive. We're not talking about. My last 10 years was based on all of the information and the theory and all that. And the last 5 years has been actual to living with these mugs. See what I'm saying? Showing up. They're living. That's what we're talking about. Y'all all right? Okay. All right. Okay, I done blew the thing and all. I'll take me a little libation too. Okay. That's called Palo. Palo Viejo. They sell it up. They might sell it here. They got to sell Palo here. It's some good stuff. When you ain't dealing with the cognac, get them some Palo Viejo. They sell it here, right? Yeah. Well, liquor store. Niggas need to know what liquor store. Huh?
They use it in the rituals.
They use it in the ritual too. That's Palo Viejo. And so we talking about Palo Manombe. There's a book on Palo is out. The book on Palo is out, but you want the Palo Manombe. Also, go to National Geographic and look up. They have National Geographic and look up when they show something called Taboo. It comes on maybe twice a month, but they drop all the science in Taboo, even to the point where they announce an ancient Ethiopian deity. Now we've been wanting to get an ancient Ethiopian deity, other than that Christian stuff that was put on them. And so we always knew that Kemet came from Cush. So we needed to get an ancient, they showed it on National Geographic, a woman down there channels this ancient Ethiopian deity by the name of Arseti. A-R-S-E-T-I, Arseti. Write it down. That's there go your Ethiopian deity, pre-dynastic. Y'all all right? So we dealing with some stuff, and he's alive. So you want to align yourself with that. We got rituals for damn near anything you want to do, and we can give them to you tonight. Well, they say their tradition has them as a male. But when you deal with those things, they're androgynous. So it's a composite. You see what I'm saying? Arseti, you see what I'm saying? Sounds like also a little Arset, but you got set in there, but it's a composite, it's androgynous type energies and stuff. It's like they say in Dogon, they say armor. They call it a male, but if you go back far enough, armor could also be female. You see what I'm saying? Y'all all right? Hold on, I'll turn that around for y'all all right? Okay, let's do this. All right, Lakshmi. Ashe, Lakshmi. Ashe, Sri Lakshmi. Ashe. Vishnu. Ashe, that's her honey. That's her boy. That's her honey she hang out with. Vishnu is, that's who she bumping and grinding with. You see what I'm saying? We want to make sure she get a little honey there too. Ishtar, Monu, Noku, Inmatu, Titi, Jova. Oh yeah, you got it going on. You can You can turn up the volume on that if you want to. Oticha, Tiacha, Cheola, Shumala, Omagumu, Alcala, Locayo, Kakumbo, Lalila, Oalensu, Babylonia, Babylon, Aya, Io, Elmelech, Dracon, Notario, Exanthes, Casimbo, Nisabat Isala, Alphiolukea, Pazuzu, Lucifer, Anubaresh. These are the ones that came back. Ooh. Monu, Netzu, Litu, Ilhalo, Trayanka, Putiyanka. I like them boys. You know, Lavado, Luigi, Atima, Odawado, Hoa, Ogawadi, Leowa, Godugo, Biwasta, Amatis, Awudagay, Luigi, yeah, okay. Lakshmi, no, Lokai, Ilok. Now these are three that came on the day after the election. These are three Native American ancient spirits, probably go back to Olmec. And they came, and their one worships, one is air, fire, water, earth, and ether. So it's five of them that worship that deal with the elements. So I'll tell you what that is in a few minutes. Yakaipa, Bozan, Yafaz, Fleeman, Zimrig, Kuparini, Bilfra, Chambala. Okay, hold on 1 minute. Okay, let's go right on. Hold on 1 minute. Brigida, Segum, Keku, Haniel, Tarak, Dagan, Hanai, Arim, Oduma, Josaurus, Artemis. Okay, I want to just get these new ones out here. Hold on 1 minute. See if we got them here. Okay. See, do we have them all here? Some of these new ones. And now we get ready to go to the general one. This is coming from South America. These are Native American spirits of Native American goddesses. Mama Shula, Mama Pasha, Teeska, Coco Mama. So they got a god for cocoa. That's right. The cacao. They showed you in the movie Chocolate. Anybody saw the movie Chocolate? Who did they have pushing in them supplies when she was restocking? 2 black men. That's our shit. Leola. This is Central America. Leoa. Talasios. Axiel. I want some loud ashes. Kosiku. Chantio. Jenawita. Astama. Maka. Astanatigi. Shuganazek. Shiva. Rudra. Pravati. Sati. Kali. Sheena Master. Durga. Agni. Kundalini. Lolita. What's that? Saraswati. All right. Ajay. Sabbath. Sabbath. Do you know that Sabbath is a Hebrew goddess? But they don't tell you about the book you need to buy from Wayne State University called Hebrew Goddess. Write it down, sister. Hebrew Goddess. Raphael Patti, P-A-T-I, Hebrew Goddess. And looking at a god, Sabbath is a woman. You see what I'm saying? And Sabbath. Y'all all right? Okay. Nakumpa, Umbelenga, Unkulukulu, Kangu, Yama, Labu, Laamu, Hayamat, Mayat, Aset, Osa, Heru, Nepturt, Heru, Sekmet, Mayat, Kim, Menovis, Amit, Enukian spirits, 4 sons of Horus, Hemamit, Camaphis, Kimu, Nekobet, Uwajet, Awas, Ovas, Ivas, Melektas, Lamb, Melchizedek, Sutek, Metatron, Metronet, Krishna, Radha, Balarama, Pravati, Sati, Uma, Sheena Master, Jalahandra, Ganesha, Dionysus, Bacchus, Thames, Cupid, Eros, Diana, Artemis, Athena, Apollo, Perseus, Hercules, Jason, Medea, Demeter, Persephone, Pegasus, Kori, Hanuman, Bim, Minu, Kansu, Akap the Kansu, Mintu Sibara, Mintel Sangsing, Ramanatu, Kim, Sahu, Sebek, Sobek, Sabdu, Sakaris, Newt, Hadit, Rahar Kiwit, Rahar Markakiti, Hamaku, Raheru Kahudi, Heru Sept, Heru Bahutit, Heru Sutha, Sutnesi, Sutnubit, Setex, Apit, Tyert, Apep, Apophis, Jalahandra, Derda, Netters, Nephilim, Kali, Kalima, Aset, Osar Kitty, Osar Seker, Leviathan, Latayafan, Kangu, Wamu, Tayamat, Bass, Butchers, Dadoon, Astarte, Venus, Minerva, Aphrodite, Andana, Araskagu, Echidna, Nemean Lion, Sphinx, Eye of Heru, Scarab, Ab-Ert, Abraxas, Mithra, Shakti, Upper Shekinah, Lower Shekinah, New Isis, Janesi, Ranesi, Pataneta Unra, Olokun, Yeminya, Papagede, Kuthumi, Sanat Kumara, Theobis, KOS, let's see, I got a bunch of these, Psyche, Malku, Bina, Erzuli, gotta put her in there. Guede, Papagede, Dambalawedo, Adawedo, Simbi, Bridget, Kundalini, Hermanubis, Athene, Metronet, Sophia, Satis, Anarchus, Satis, Hecate, Heket, Peket, Reket, Demeter, Ashura, Anath, El, Mim, Bacchus, Phanes, Cupid, Eros, Harpocrates, Baby Krishna, Baby Buddha, Mamu, Nagas, Metatron, Agos Daemon, Yaga, Mim, El, Tanit, Aradni, Malita, Much, Simbi, Congo Petro Rada, Miss Charlotte, boats, Mayatek boat, Sectec boat, Set boat, Head Heru boat, Seka boat, Hindu boat, Nepthurt boat, Aturti boat, Hin boat, Ab boat, Himbu boat, Ra boat, Amin-Ra boat, Osar boat, Aset boat, Antu boat, Azazel, Samaza, Patah, Camophis, Canoon, Nile, Lamayin, Lamat, Bel, Bass, Beb, Beelzebub, Sutan, Shaitan, Shutnesit, Shutnubit, Apit, Tyert, Apep, Sat, Samaza, Samuel, Atan, Atim, Hamakidi, Ain, Ain Sada Uda, Vertra, Dana, Jalahandra, Carabas, Hydra, Thunderdog, Sunbear, White Buffalo, Geronimo, Sitting Bull. We want to put them there. Sitting Bull did his job, killing yellow hair. Gaia, Adonis Baal, and we're going to Mut, Newt, Medusa, Hermaphrodite, to all gods known and unknown, Anpu, Anubis, Tahuti, Thoth, Sashet, Cerberus, Carabas, and we'll call some more out. Goatia, Calippus, Nibiru, Nebheru, Asuras, Tunnels of Set, Bim, Minivis, Mentu, and we're going to go with that. Ashe, Ashe. Hemmitt family, Shaw family, Davis family, 1, 2, 3, start calling out your family members. Even the ones that you was fucked up. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. That means they were the more powerful souls. Ashe, Ashe. To all gods known and unknown, Ashe. To all ancestors known and unknown, Ashe. All right. Okay, now moving right along. Moving right along. Y'all all right? Okay. Let's see what we got here. You know your boy just stepped down. Colin Powell and Condoleezza Rice is taking his place. They're gonna, because there's basically this is a ritual going on with the black woman's energy. I showed this picture about a year ago. I want to show it again. Here's a picture of Condoleezza Rice standing up with her hand on her mouth like as the thinker. Here's Bush at the desk. You know they go together. This is his girlfriend. And this is Bush, but she's standing on the seal, and he's sitting there damn near like a secretary. You see. So this woman here, they're using her as the energy to run things with, to hide behind. You see, this is what's going on here, straight up ritual. You see, straight up ritual. They're doing a lot of rituals with this thing here and all. So they're bumping her up to Secretary of State. That was the plan all the time. They couldn't announce her as Secretary of State coming green 4 years ago because nobody didn't know who she was and they knew who Colin Powell was. Now, but they wanted her to be Secretary of State the whole time because the simple fact here is they need this particular energy, or so they think. They're getting ready to fuck up because it's just going to empower us. You see what I'm saying? You know, and stuff like that. No, so just going to empower us. You see, but this is his woman. This is a ritual. It's always a sexual thing when they're dealing with this stuff. Now, don't be fooled by this. She ain't up in there now unless she's giving up some booty because they deal with that sexual tantra, Shakti, power energy. We talking secret societies here. You see, major secret society. You cried the blues for Kerry, and Kerry is Bush's first cousin. And we still thinking there's a two-party system and there's no such thing. Hell, we had 8 years of doggone Clinton. And he did nothing but cut out half the social programs for black people. He was the worst president we ever had. And when they say when they do an in-depth study, black people gain more when the Republican presidents are in than the Democrats. They say black people made more money under Nixon than ever. See what I'm saying? The Democrats come in and make it more subservient with these programs, but it's all a game. There is no party system. You see what I'm saying? There's no party system. It's all one decoy system run by a global elite. You understand what I'm coming from here? Y'all all right? You got to understand this thing of what you're dealing with here. You see, but they running scared. I will keep saying that the whole night. But let's go into this Kerry thing, because see, everybody, to let you know we got power. First of all, the day that Bush won the second term in Atlanta, the sun didn't come out for 3 days because black people cried the blues so much till it affected the weather. They know that we can affect whatever we want. Now, in 2001, they deregulated. 2000 and 2001, they deregulated the gas down across the country, a lot of places. And as a result, black people who had regular gas rates fell behind, and they cut off black people's gas up and down the East Coast. I mean, it was something like, I forgot how many, it was thousands. And so they were going into December, and it was still warm. And the government called in and say, look, you got to get some gas providers. Y'all fucking up. Because you got to cut these people gas on, because if you don't cut the gas on, we're not going to have the Christmas, because our Christmas and the ritual with Christmas is based on coal. And we won't be able to sell all that shit in the malls based on this ritual we do, because sell and sale is the same. And why are the malls built like temples? And why, you see what I'm saying? So they had to go in and cut on black people's gas, because black people in their mind was saying, Lord, I hope it don't get cold, because I ain't got no gas. You know what I'm saying? And we couldn't find a damn space heater for months. So they said, Lord, I hope it don't get cold, because I ain't got no gas. So as a result of them wishing it didn't get cold, it didn't get cold. So that means you got the power to do. So that's why that cracker would never outright make war on you outright, because he know that there's something in you. It's about like Dick Gregory said, about it's humanly impossible for you to go, any man to go out there and stick a knife in a tire and cut somebody's tires. But a black woman can get so mad there's something in her that she can go and cut a nigga tires up with a goddamn butter knife. And they say there's no other race that can do this. You've never heard of other people saying this motherfucker cut my tires. But a black woman got something in her, when she get mad, she can go and cut a motherfucker tires with a butter knife. So they know that there's some stuff in us. You know. Pray you don't get creative on this shit. Like my aunt, you know, motherfucker. I told you about this shit, nigga bust her in the eye. One of my cousins, she say, just go to sleep. And he went to sleep, and she heated up the iron and stuck it to that nigga back. And it made an indentation. Ain't nothing but pure guts come out that shit. You see, so. Pray you don't, when a black woman get past her fears. Well, But anyway, what this thing is saying here is you have the power to do things. They just have to keep you on a submissive level, and they do a lot of this stuff through religion. You scared of going to hell. You see what I'm saying and all. So, but that day, black people cried the blues over Carrie, and they don't even know that Carrie is a part of the skull and bones. Is a part of the skull and bones. And I want to show y'all something right here. You trying to be white folks, and they trying to be you. Here a part of the skull and bones. And it's interesting here, when you go to Alexandria, what's that, Maryland, Virginia, or what is it? Virginia, and they got the George Washington Masonic Memorial. And if you can go all the way to the top, which you got to go by yourself on the tour and act like you don't know nothing, because if you go by a group of black people, they don't let you in the top room to see white people reaching up into heaven and a black person, and a big black hand coming down. And they won't show that to most of you, and we can't get no photographs. But this is how the spirit works. I was in a metaphysical bookstore, and they had a little used section. And this book here was waterlogged. And I bought the book, and when I got it home, it's about Aphrodite, who is also a Venus, goddess of love. And I got it home, and I want to pass this picture around and show you. See, can you zoom in on the thing? Because we've been looking for that. We wanted to get something that Steve Copeland and them was talking about that was similar to the black hand reaching down. And in this book, they got a picture of a white woman reaching up into heaven. It's real drab, and I'm gonna kind of blow it up. And they got a black woman and her children reaching down with a big afro, reaching down to touch this white woman's hand. So it's showing you that and it says, and God created woman in her own image. You see what I'm saying? In her own image. I wanted to try to blow it up, but we didn't have enough time. You really get it, because they have to come in and blow it up for you and stuff, and get them those Xerox places back. But we might try to get one together and leave some behind. So, or you can do it. Okay, then good. Yeah, she's a graphic entrepreneur in this thing, so she can do it. We can blow this thing up and get it graphic right, and then we can give it to the greater community. But I'm gonna pass it around. Now do something. Just look at the picture, but don't start reading the damn book. But I pass the shit around, and somebody just, just look at the picture real quick, and we're gonna have to try to do some work with it so we can get it a certain way. But there's a white woman. Let me do one thing first. Let's see if we can get this shot. So just make a good damn tape. Yeah. See, can you get that? Can you zoom in and try to get it as best you could? So it's a white woman reaching up. It's a black woman. It's real, and she got an afro. It's going to be kind of hard to see, because it's amazing how they got all these clear pictures in the book, and this one is a little fuzzy. Everything is by design. But it's a black woman. Want to get it on the tape. That way you can buy the tape. Now zoom in as best you could.
Bring it just a little.
Get it camera ready.
That's good.
They call that camera ready. Black folks in profession. So I was a graphic artist. They call that camera ready. You see what I'm saying? We got black people in all kind of fields. We was educated in all our fields. That's camera ready. Get it camera ready. Just like you people in the porno industry know what rim jobs and butt plugs is. Golden showers. Okay, got that. Then we're going to pass this around and show it to the people. I'm just joking with y'all. Now, y'all all scared, y'all. They're crying the blues based on Carrie. They're in the skull and bones. And you can go right there to take the tour to Alexandria, Virginia, and see they got the skull and bones all out, and they show all that stuff in the museum. Here's a book called Dragon Legacy, Nicholas D. Vare. Now, the first book was Black Sun by Peter Moon. Did you all ever get one of these? Oh. Black Sun by Peter Moon. And in the epilogue of his book, he told you that before the word melanin was called melanin, it was called occultum. Occultum. Occult. O-C-C-C-U-L-T-U-M. Occultum. Hidden substance. It was named melanin at Yale University in the 1950s with Aaron Lerner. But before it was melanin, it was occultum. And it was named melanin after the Greek word melos, which means black. And get Robert Graves' Greek myths and look in the back of the dictionary and look at all the gods' names. Melanion, melos, it means black one, black foot, black this. And Robert Graves' Greek myths. You see what I'm saying? And also, he talked about this occultum, and he goes into occultum in the whole book, Black Sun by Peter Moon. In the epilogue of his book, he said, I believe that we are being controlled by secret societies, like the skull and bone, and the skull and bone ingests live pineal glands, and that's called the obscene rite. The obscene rite. Then get the movie, the one they didn't release over here until a videotape in the 90s, called The Satanic Rites of Dracula. That's your boy. What's the Dracula we grew up on was No, not Bela Lugosi. That you tell your age. You got the Bela Lugosi was 1930s. We talking about niggas that grew up in the 60s. It was who? Christopher Lee. But we still saw the Bela Lugosi shit. But it was Christopher Lee. That was our Dracula. And Christopher's last movie was 1975, and they did a movie called Satanic Rites of Dracula. And they didn't release it over here, but they released it in another name when they did release it over here. But it's now renamed Satanic Rites of Dracula, and you can get it on DVD. And in there and stuff, they doing a ritual, and the guy escaped from this castle, and this secret society is doing a satanic ritual. He said, what did he see? He said, I saw obscene rites in the movie. And the obscene rite in Peter Moon's book, The Black Sun, is the live ingestion of a pineal gland right after they remove it from the body. They ingest this by the skull and bones. Now, it's interesting because I say go visit the George Washington Masonic Memorial, and I talked about when I was doing an election in Baltimore back in 1997, and the guy drove me to the airport, was telling me about he had met one of his friends that he graduated high school in 1969. He met him in 1990. He said hadn't seen him in 20 years, 21 years, and he met him in 1990. He was driving this big truck with these glass bottles or this substance. It was a liquid substance, clear substance. And he said, what is that in them bottles? He said, those are pineal glands. And the truck was filled with them. Human pineal glands, yeah. It was filled with them. And he said, how do you get? He said, what you get? He said, every weekend there's a homicide. They take the pineal glands out and they ship them to Johns Hopkins, which is bullshit. First of all, the thing had something like maybe 100 bottles in it, or 200 bottles. They don't have that many homicides on a weekend. You see what I'm saying? They was getting it from the people before they die in the hospital or right after they die. And they were shipping them, not to Johns Hopkins, they were shipping them to Johns Hopkins, but they were shipping them to Alexandria, Maryland, so that the
Every Friday at 2:30 in the afternoon, they kick your ass out from Washington, D.C., 16th Street, and then they have everybody of them come in there and they do their ritual.
They do the ritual, and they were shipping this thing to the Skull and Bones or whoever secret society so they could ingest these pineal glands. Well, let's go into this, because that was Peter Moon's book. Then Dragon Legacy, Nicholas D. Vere. Nicholas D. Vere, V-E-R-E. In his book, he naming names. Nigga naming names. Cracker naming names. Well, let's go and see about the Carrie motherfucker that you so-called, excuse the expression, I know y'all people are sensitive. Y'all Christians.
We'll get over it.
But you all voted for Carrie. But to judge me by calling you a motherfucker. But let's see what Carrie and them do. It says that the pineal third eye has been found to contain a very fine granular particles, rather like the crystals in a wireless receiving set. Well, deal with wireless and deal with crystals, and you see where we going with some things. Because why would he put that in there? You see. Rather like a granular substance like crystals and wireless. Everything is wireless now. Old cable boxes don't work because everything is wireless. You had to give up years of free cable because the shit went on wireless. Till you find some niggas can hook you up again. Wireless. Because we going to find them. We wants to find them. They got niggas can hook you up with gas. The gas burn and it don't even register on the meter. Your gas be shut off. We genius now. Now, rather like crystals in a wireless receiving set, many magical rites and meditation techniques are aimed at gaining control of this organ, the pineal gland, and the fluid it produces. Live melatonin. Rumor has it that members of the secret super society of the Skull and Bones, such as George Bush Sr. and George Bush Jr., belong to. Well, Kerry was mentored by George Bush Sr., and then he later on mentored George Bush Jr. They all in this shit together. Because they naming names. George Bush Sr. and George Bush Jr. belong to. They engage in a ceremony called the obscene rite. This involves the consumption of a live pineal gland of a human or animal sacrifice in order to get fresh secretion. They ain't doing it by the animals. In the book, it's gone. Okay, yeah, but, oh, yeah, I want to get it on tape.